friends. It's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Andrew. It's the citywide special Nobody Hits. Woo! Michael Lorenzo has pitched a no-hitter in his home debut for the Phillies. The Phillies have won back-to-back series against the Marlins and Royals, and will go for their third straight Thursday against the Nats. Trey Turner is currently on a hitting streak. Could the power of positivity finally turn things around for the struggling shortstop? The Eagles start their preseason Saturday against the Ravens. Howie Roseman reinforces the linebacking core with free agent signings of Zach Cunningham and Miles Jack. Could any other moves be on the way? Jalen Hurts is named the third best player in the NFL, while former Eagle Carson Wentz showcases the contents of his closet. The women's national team have been eliminated from the World Cup, losing to Sweden in a shootout. It's the earliest end to a World Cup in the team's history. Is the dynasty over, or is this just a bump in the road? All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Woo!
Good.
Feeling good.
We're all high off the watching all Mikey Lorenzo throw a no-hitter.
Yeah,
I'm juiced, dude. Like, coming into this, I was like, man, kind of tired today. Don't know if I'm feeling it. But then we watched Michael Lorenzo throw a no-hitter. I'm jacked up, man. I'm ready to run through a brick wall. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, we usually don't sit up and watch the whole game. Last time it bit us in the ass because we thought they were going to win and said so, and then they lost in horrific fashion. But this week, totally different story. They win in pretty awesome fashion. So, I mean, that game started off great for the offense, too. Like, dinger after dinger.
Yeah.
Castellanos hits 2 home runs.
Wesley Willis coming through.
Yeah,
Earl McDonald
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson.
Dinger in his first major league at bat.
Yeah. Trying to think, what were some other double W names?
Walter White.
Oh,
that's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah. It's probably some more, but yeah. I mean, that guy had that was his first major league game. He hits a home run his first at bat.
Scores 3 runs.
He had like 2 walks, a stolen base. And
nobody
no
gives
one
a
will
shit.
remember. No one cares.
Yeah, my man's an afterthought in all
Too
this.
bad.
But nah, man, that was awesome. Like, thinking back to, what was it? Cole Hamels was the last one to pitch a no-hitter. And yeah, it was just great to see the vibe, feel the park alive, see his teammates all catching on. We're all sitting here. He's at 100 pitches after 7 innings. We're like, these new ages, like, they don't usually let guys go for 120, 130 pitches. What are they going to do? They just went old school and said, yeah, this guy's yoked. He's brolic. He's feeling good. Just let him go out there and finish it. And finish it, he did. His poor mom, man, I thought she was going to have a heart attack in the stands.
Yeah, she was
bullets.
Very sweaty. She looked like Donald Trump at that rally where he was like, "It's 100 degrees in here, man."
Yeah.
But no, and they're kept their baby up a little past his bedtime. But yeah, what an occasion.
Yeah, her dad won't get to pitch a no-hitter every day. He probably won't ever again, let's be honest. So,
hey, don't say that.
Yeah,
what if he does it in his next
Could
game?
be looking at the next Nolan Ryan over here.
Yeah.
Get like 8
The
of
next
them or
Nolan
whatever.
Ryan and Shohei at the same time, man.
Yeah. As long
He
as
does
they
it
play the Washington Nationals every game, a glorified, let's call them a AAA plus team. They're maybe not exactly a major league team.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, it's not like he just no-hit the Braves or something. We should get a grip a little bit,
It's not
but
like,
still.
or the Astros no-hitting the Phillies in the World Series.
Oh, damn, you had to bring that up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was the last no-hitter I remember that vividly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
But yeah, you had a birthday. Michael Lorenzo did that for your birthday.
That's true. 1 day late, but I'll take it. It was my birthday. I was at the game last night. Wasn't able to go to the. I actually caught the end of the first game because it was just one ticket. You got into both. So I saw I did actually see a Phillies win yesterday, just the very end of it. So, whatever, not too bad. And then the second game kind of sucked. Couldn't hit. I got to see, it sucked getting to the second game of the no-hitter because you kind of get the B lineup.
Yeah.
Like, I forget, there's a few
Stubbs
people
was in.
Yeah, it was Stubbs and not that...
Rodolfo was
Yeah,
in.
they Castro at third, and
Castro.
he
He's
sucks.
ass.
Yeah, he looks not good.
Awful.
Yeah, he's not good in the field. He's not good at hitting. Yeah, I guess you win some, you lose some with the trade deadline this year.
Yeah, it feels like the only thing he's going to be known for is sliding to third base with his phone in his pocket.
Yeah, apparently I think when they traded for him, at least Rob Thompson was under the impression he could play outfield. Like Matt Gelb covers the team for The Athletic, and he said something on his podcast to the effect of, yeah, Rob Thompson, when they traded for him, he was really surprised that he couldn't play outfield. They said he asked Castro if he could play outfield, and he told Thompson no. Thompson's like, what, you can't play outfield?
Isn't that what scouting reports are for?
You would think.
Nobody bothered to check his baseball reference page to see if he
this guy's only ever played infield.
It's like, damn, this one thing we overlook. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know, whatever. I mean, all we gave up was Bailey Falter, who was pretty much nothing, so can't be too mad.
Yeah, and we got Lorenzo out of all of this, and obviously we just got to witness a no-hitter because of that, so I'll take it. But yeah, what else did you do for your birthday, man? You did anything fun?
No, I just worked. I didn't take a day off. Yeah, I just worked, went to that game. Dude, but speaking of, getting old and shit, I did have a pretty amazing revelation recently. So you remember a few weeks ago I was talking about my neck being all fucked up?
Yeah.
Being all jacked up and shit. So a few days ago, I'm washing my sheets, and I'm like, I'm washing like my pillowcases, and I have like just the uncovered pillow in my hand, and I noticed this tag on there that I somehow had never noticed before, and it's like, and I have one of those sort of like, ergonomic like pillows with the two little like humps on them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I realized is I was using it the wrong way. There's like one side you're supposed to sleep on if you're a side sleeper, and then you're supposed to do the other side if you sleep on your back. I sleep on my back, but the whole time I've been using the other thing.
Oh,
so it's probably, and I've been using this pillow for like probably 4 years, and it's probably just been like craning my neck up and shit the whole time.
Oh, your neck's probably fucked.
So yeah,
you're lucky you're alive, honestly.
Well, yeah. Well, at least I feel like I'm on the road to recovery now. I don't know how long it's going to take to readjust itself, but I think I may have finally discovered the problem there.
Figured it out. Did you ever go get a massage though?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, now you may not need one.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I might still do one just for fun, I guess. But I guess I'll give it some time to see how good the correct pillow position works.
Hey, man, if you want to go get one, go for it. It's your birthday. Although I guess in 2 weeks, if you decide to get one, it won't be your birthday. But
it's your birthday month.
Yeah,
you'll treat it like a 21-year-old girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm getting a new pillow and a massage for my birthday month.
Just walking there. Do you guys have any discounts for birthday months? I could show you my ID. Yeah, but what else is going on with the Phils? Fucking Trey Turner.
Yeah, we got to
talk about this whole thing. This was going to be like the thing to talk about with the Phils until that no-hitter happened. But yeah, so last week, Trey Turner hits rock bottom.
Yeah,
our last episode was called Trey Turner for Prison.
The game we predicted.
So, yeah,
that they were going to win.
Yeah, should have had it put away. Trey Turner makes a bad error at shortstop. They blow the game, and it's been a rough season for him so far. But this is pretty much rock bottom. And this whole thing starts with people saying that they should give him a standing ovation at the next home game, which at the time I thought was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. How would you guys feel about that?
I saw
initially?
like stuff going around on Twitter, and people like what I saw was people calling it stupid. Like I didn't know what they were talking about. I'm like, what's going on? And then I saw the guy who said, I've been wanting to go to a Flow Rider concert since the pandemic.
I remember him.
He's the guy who like came up with this idea, I guess. And he was
Really?
like, I don't know, according to my what I discovered on Twitter. And I was like, oh man, this is like really dumb. Like I can't believe they're doing this. And then it worked. And I don't know, maybe Philly fans are just too mean.
See, man, like I've always been of the mind that booing works. Maybe it's just because I've been in and around this for 34 years, but it's just like, yeah, whenever you boo, it feels like it motivates some players. I guess it didn't work for Trey Turner. I will say that Pat said he never in a million years would have given him a standing O. Pat probably would have booed his ass. As far as I'm concerned, if I was at that game, I certainly wouldn't have given him a standing O. I don't know if I would have booed. I would have just been indifferent.
Yeah, I mean, my attitude was, yeah, sure, don't boo him. I'm fine with not, because it's like, whatever. That's ultimately probably not going to be very productive. The guy's here for a million years. Like, I don't really want to have the fan relationship start off like that. But I was like, come on, man, standing at what is this fucking?
It's Little League. Shit.
Yeah, it was Little League. Was this, you want to give him a fucking participation trophy too? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we should do this going forward. Who knows? Maybe if people showed up outside of Ben Simmons' house with like flowers every day, he'd be like the next coming of Kobe. I don't know. We're just throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think, right? Apparently when all this was going on, I didn't even see it, but Joel Embiid was tweeting, LOL, they finally got it right. And it's like, no one knows what he was referring to. He always vaguely tweets at things. But
I always assume that when it's some weird cryptic thing, he's just watching soccer.
But this one was...
He's watching Madrid.
This one was right after the Trey Turner ovation. So, do you think he sees that and says, like, you know what, man? All they do is give me a bunch of shit. They're hard on me. Where was my standing ovation? I've been the MVP.
People aren't hard on.
Yeah, I don't know. People are that hard.
I don't know. People have been hard on him since they lost in the playoffs. Well, deserved.
It's deserved. I don't know. Maybe he feels like people shouldn't boo at any times or whatever. But
no,
you know, I mean, Turner did deserve to get booed, and I'm kind of with you that it's like there's nothing productive. Like, it's just fans just unleashing our emotions. And, you know, if you don't want to take it, then, you know, whatever, get out of here. But Turner was too good of a player that this slump, you know, it was frustrating because the slump lasted as long as it did. It was bound to, you know, regress at some point. You know, hopefully he doesn't go back. You know, hopefully he can keep it up for the postseason. But, you know, I was looking at it, just kind of be patient. You know, he's a good player. He's going to start hitting, whether that's next year, hopefully in the playoffs this year. But, you know, I mean, it's been a few games. They put him at the top of the lineup tonight. He, you know, I mean, we're too distracted by all the other awesome stuff that happened. I forget what his stat line was.
Yeah, I think he had 2 hits.
Yeah, he's playing well. So we'll see if he can, you know, continue and keep it up.
Yeah, I think the important thing is that it seems like he's finally starting to turn a corner. I mean, it was one thing when his offense was bad, but the game last week, his defense was fucking awful. Like, games leading up to that, his defense was horrible. His defense has also been a little better. He hasn't made any, like, egregious errors.
Yeah.
He's caught the balls he's supposed to catch. He's hitting. He's hit for power. He's at the top of the lineup, producing, still stealing bases. So I think, I don't know if I'm going to give every struggling player ever a standing ovation. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think I'll give any a standing ovation. I'm more inclined to boo,
I don't know if
anything.
I'm going to ever give Rodolfo Castro a standing ovation.
No, he
sucks. I might throw an old cell phone at him.
Yeah, just those like fucking brick cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have
those old Nextel fucking...
A Nokia, that had Snake on it, yo.
A car phone from 1994.
Yeah, you get the ones with the big antennas, so you can kind of
a pay phone,
whip it out with the antenna.
It's like, bro, try to fit this in your pocket, man. You won't. But now the Phils are starting to look good.
Yeah, I mean,
offense is starting to hit.
Yeah, and like they have, you know, we've been saying they have like an easy schedule this month, which kind of almost starting to feel like a trap with how a couple of those like KC games started going. They ended up winning 2 out of 3, thankfully. But and then who do they have next?
The Twins.
Twins.
Which the Twins, I think they're leading the AL Central, but they're barely over 500.
Yeah, it's
just a bad division.
Shitty division.
So, and that's at home.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I mean, I think they should be able to walk away with that top wild card spot.
Yeah, they're a playoff team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't check the standings after this no-hitter, tonight's game, but coming into today, I think they were 3 games up on the third place wildcard team, and they were actually tied with the Giants for the lead. So yeah, they'll make the playoffs. What would be great, right, is if they end up with the top wildcard, then you get to host that first series. That's such a difference for us. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We saw last year just how much of a difference playing at home makes for the Phillies. Like, you get a bunch of us drunk Philly fans.
There's really no other stadium in baseball like CBP in October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just gotta win 2 out of 3 in every series, win every series, and we'll be all right. What do I got written down here? So I guess speaking of the Lorenzen thing, so it seems like they're going to go through a 6-man rotation, right? So there'll be Nola, Wheeler, Walker, Sanchez, Suarez, and Lorenzen.
Yeah.
How long do you think they stick with a 6-man rotation? It seems kind of like weird in this day and age.
I guess, but I'm kind of fine with them. There's 2 more months left in the season. Like, it's fucking right. I mean, if it's working, I would just ride it out for the rest of the regular season and make sure those guys are rested up for the playoffs. I mean, I don't know if... I kind of recall last year during the playoffs, there was a couple games there where Wheeler looked kind of gassed, like his velocity was down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it'd be nice to avoid that. Not that that's, like, a guarantee that 1 extra day a week is going to make that much of a difference. But, I mean, if you have 6 guys who are viable starters, I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a smart move because, especially with how disappointing Nola's been, to kind of see what you got, let it ride out, and then readjust come playoff time. But we'll see how they do.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Wheeler pitched a lot of innings last year and this year. Nola has been very shaky. Also, Taijuan Walker, he's still winning games. Like, it feels weird to say about the guy who leads the majors and wins, but he hasn't been.
He's going to be a 20-game winner.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. His dip in velocity the past 2 starts have been pretty scary. Like, come play out like this, and he has been able to sort of manage his way out of it. Like, I mean, I remember that last game he threw. I was like, after the first inning, I was like, he can't go back. I was in the group checks like, he can't go back out. He has nothing. This is crazy. Like, he's going to get destroyed. You can't put him back out there. And then he ends up pitching like 7 innings, or like 6+ or something. And whatever, I don't know, what he gave up like 3 runs or whatever. But yeah, it was like after the first 2 innings, he just is like, it's almost like he just has the first couple innings to figure out what he has, and then he can figure out how to use it the rest of the game, which is kind of, I mean, good on him. It's kind of crazy, but
you also can't afford that shit in the playoffs.
Exactly. You can't afford to, like, get down 3 runs in the first inning in the playoffs. So it is still kind of a scary thing but, at least they have pretty good starting depth. I mean, it would be pretty bad if it gets to the point where, like, you can't really trust them to start in the playoffs. But I guess if you think about it, you have Wheeler. I mean, if your top 3 are Wheeler, Nola, Lorenzen, you could do worse than that.
Yeah.
And then have
Wheeler, Lorenzen, Nola.
Yeah.
Maybe Wheeler, Lorenzen,
Suarez. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Get Voodoo Ranger in there.
Nola would just be your long guy out of the pen.
But yeah, I think the 6-man rotation will work to get those guys some rest. So,
did you see the thing where people were talking about how they were projecting what an Aaron Nola free agent contract would look like? And I think they said it would based on the, I don't know, whatever the fucking algorithm it is, it would be like 5 years. Did you see this? It was like
I heard about
it's like 110 mil or something like that. Damn, I forget exactly what it was.
The way, like, his track record leading up to this year, I could justify giving that to him. Just the way he's been this year. Ugh.
I mean, it's a peculiar situation to be in because on the one hand, this year has been very uninspiring, and it's definitely risky to sign a guy like that. But on the other hand, if you're confident that, if you're looking at it as a whole and know what this guy has done in his career, and you think, well, he's had this down year, maybe we can get a steal in the contract, like, I don't know.
I guess that's just a projection. That's not saying what he's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows? But yeah, I don't know. It'll be a very interesting offseason for him, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just crazy to think. I remember our first post-game pod after a Phillies game, Nola looked like shit, and I was thinking, yeah, I really hope he gets it together. I hope this isn't just one of those years where the contract's just on his mind and he sucks. And
yeah. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, the amount of home runs he's given up has just been so, like, out of whack.
And the wild thing is, right, is, like, most of his peripheral statistics look good.
Yeah.
It's just he gives up all of these home runs with a man on, with two men on, and then it just blows everything out.
It just seems like it just feels like he does not get away with a mistake ever. Mm-mm. Every time he misses his spot, it's over the fence.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. I was like, I don't know if this guy just has the worst luck ever or if it's something about the way he throws. I don't know. But it is wild. It just seems like every time he misses his spot, he gets punished for it. I don't know.
Yo, hold up. We got a couple more baseball things to talk about before we move on, though. That shit with the Orioles announcer.
Oh,
did y'all see this?
I saw this.
Yeah, that was insane.
Pretty nuts.
Just for he didn't say anything malicious.
No,
he was doing his job.
Yeah,
he was,
literally.
Like,
right.
You know, it's just like it's just been a crazy year for like baseball owners aggravating their fans with like that and the A's. Like I saw there were like loud, audible chants of free. What's his name? Kevin Brown. Loud, free Kevin Brown chants. And I saw like, they're playing the Astros last night and the Astros announcer were like, we support that 100%. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. I guess we should say, just in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, the Orioles suspended their play-by-play announcer for doing a little preview of a series against the Rays in which he pointed out that it's been however long since the Orioles won a series against the Rays.
They were like
away.
0 in their last 15. Like the last time they had won a series in Tampa was 2017, which
right.
you think is important context to like set the stage for how important that series
building
was.
A narrative.
And I didn't find out until today that this series happened like back in July. Like I thought it happened last night, and they just hit him with the suspension just now, like, you know, a couple of weeks later.
Yes. I didn't know that either. I thought this just happened.
And it was an indefinite suspension.
Over that.
Over doing a good job.
It kind of, I've felt this way about when the Phillies were playing the Orioles in a series, and I remember just the way that some of their fans were acting at the game, and like I remember coming home from work one day, and like there were some like Orioles fans on the train, and like some of them had these like really like obnoxious signs, and I almost wanted to be like, yo, act like you've been there before, you know? It's like I feel like this whole franchise it's been so long since they were good, they just like don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So it's like they're just like, you know, they're like ownership is just seeing everything going right or whatever, and then they see their one play-by-play guy sort of talking negatively about the team. It's like, we got to handle this now. We can't let them fuck this up. We got a good thing going here.
Yeah,
like they just don't know. They don't know how to be you know, a decent team. Who
they've sucked for what 25 years.
They have one.
They're like a crappy version of Philadelphia. Yeah. Like, you know, they gotta...
I can't remember the last time they had like a real playoff run, or were even in the like. I mean, when's the last time they were even in the playoffs?
2014.
Yeah, like around.
I guess
there.
they were. Yeah, so it wasn't that, but
and now they're in first place, and they're. But how fun would a hypothetical Phillies Orioles World Series be?
Dude.
The home and home
God,
series.
yeah, that'd be a power.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
I might go down to Camden Yards for a game.
Yeah.
They'd probably be crazy expensive, but yeah. Might be worth a road trip down to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what I'm rooting for.
That would be sick. Yeah, it'd be a repeat of the what was it, 83?
Yeah,
we lost.
Before
we'll get
our revenge
on the big, powerful city of Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, so it's about time someone knocked that city down a peg.
But yeah, could you imagine, right, if like Tom McCarthy just went on the broadcast tomorrow and said, "Yeah, 2012 or 2013 to 2020 or whatever, we're rebuilding years," and then what do you call it? John Middleton just like, yeah, he's suspended. Like that's essentially what they did, right?
Yeah.
They suspended him for telling the truth.
Yeah,
fucking crazy. I mean, you know what else is funny? This is completely different, but yeah, Castellanos hit those 2 home runs tonight, and I saw just a little while ago on Twitter that a guy who's running for president in Ecuador was assassinated. So I was like, damn, you knew there was a reason that he hit those 2. I was like, what was the bad thing that happened? Like, oh, yeah, political assassination.
Wait, there was just one guy got assassinated?
I guess
and he
so,
hit 2 home runs?
Well,
yeah, there's who's the...
if you're listening to this and you're running for president in any South American country, just watch out, man.
Yeah. That our shoe's about to drop any minute now.
Or maybe the 2 home runs were for one when how did he get killed?
I think someone shot him.
So one was when
that stuff usually happens.
Got hit in the head with a baseball.
Yeah.
No, one home run was when the bullet hit. The second was when he was pronounced dead. There you go.
Yeah.
This could be 2 hits.
I don't know, man. But I guess the other thing that happened, that fight, you were watching it on Saturday when we were barbecuing.
There was a Cleveland and
Tim
the White Sox.
Anderson, Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. Dude, that shit was so... My favorite thing about that was how the second base umpire, at first he gets in, and then once he sees them square up, he just backs up like he's like a fucking boxing ref. He's just like,
all right, let's make this clean fight, gentlemen.
Ding, ding. Like, yeah, it was just like... It's just like,
nothing below the waist. Nothing below the waist.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I feel like there was a time... And the broadcasters were so into it, too.
Dude,
they were just like...
killed it.
They were like, that was great. Like, it's like... Aren't you supposed to be like, oh, this is horrible?
This is a disgrace.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm fine with them acting that way, but I would have thought that.
Yeah, baseball fights are cool as hell. Remember when Pedro Martinez fought that old ass Yankees? That was sick. Come on, let's not pretend that wasn't awesome.
Yeah, Pedro's the man, dude. It was funny because I guess like whatever the Phillies game was after that happened, they were sort of like reminiscing about the last time. Because it was in the pregame panel, and fucking Ruben Amaro was on there, and they were talking about when there was a bench clearing brawl in like '98 against the Giants that he was on the team for, and I was at that fucking game.
Oh, for
real?
real?
Like remember that shit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was like yeah. Because I just have this vague memory of seeing like at the vet like a bench clearing brawl against the Giants, and I could never really pinpoint exactly when it was. And they started talking about it, I was like, oh shit, that is the game I was at.
That was the moment where you like entered into like adult consciousness as like a 4-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like to your point about the second base ump backing up, they should allow fights in baseball more, in my opinion.
Yeah, just make it like Take a page at it. Now that I feel like now that they've kind of cut down on fighting in hockey, I feel like other sports need to kind of pick up the slack.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's get some more baseball fights. Get some more football.
Well, NFL fights are kind of dumb, man.
What are you going to do? Swinging their helmet at each other like Myles Garrett? Yeah,
you can't be doing that.
Now basketball fights, those are fun.
Yeah.
I was at the game when Embiid started fighting Karl Anthony Towns and Ben Simmons was choking him out. I was at that game.
He started tapping out.
I was like 20 rows off the court. I could see the whole thing happening. Seeing Embiid.
Ben Simmons having him in a headlock was probably the best thing he's ever done in a Sixers uniform.
Probably is. But yeah, like, dude, bring back fighting in sports, man. Like, it was fun watching that fight where Tim Anderson, like, puts his dukes up. Then Jose Ramirez just whops. He hits him like he falls back. He hits the ground. The announcer's shouting, "Down goes Anderson! Down goes Anderson!" I'm like, "Damn, dude, this is like a real life boxing match."
Like the broadcasters feel like they've been waiting for this their entire career.
Dude, they were jacked.
It's like I really want to call a brawl.
Like a lot of people probably paid attention to baseball that night that did not pay attention to baseball because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just how, there was a time when the steroid home run chase with McGuire and Sosa kind of saved baseball. And, now we got the pitch clock and we might as well have some fights.
Yeah. Well, attendance.
This is the new Manfred MLB, baby.
This is Joe Biden's Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Attendance is like through the roof, like throughout baseball now.
It is kind of wild. Like I saw, because Manfred just got like appointed. The owners voted him for another term or however it works. And it's like normally, and it's like I remember the beginning of Manfred's. It was like he was doing a bunch of shit that I felt annoying, and just you kind of felt the same way about him as any commissioner.
Yeah, I hate
fuck
all
this guy. This guy sucks. But gotta hand it to him. The shit that they've done this year has worked
the
fantastically.
Pitch clock, making interleague play like permanent throughout the season, that's been huge. I mean, the Angels are coming to town, so we get to see Ohtani come to town. That wouldn't have happened a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
the bases. Like,
yeah,
stolen bases have
stolen
brought
bases
back.
are
Stolen
way up.
bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I think like for the next few seasons, they should just make the bases gradually
Just
larger.
get bigger. They're like they're
Until
halfway
it's
to
like
the
half the field.
The base is just like this 4 foot by 4 foot square.
But then like the challenge is just like, you still have to go the same distance, but like you have to just run like so much further just to get off the base.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new rules are good. I mean, I was pretty skeptical of it at first, and like I feel like it just took kind of I would assume that the pitch count infractions have kind of dwindled as the season is going on.
Like
as I'm seeing less and less of it.
That's what you figured. You figured players would adjust.
Just takes time.
They complained for like 2 days, and then you adjust.
Yeah. And I remember my opinion with it at first was, I think this is good for the regular season, but I kind of don't want it for the playoffs. But I don't know. I think it's fine.
I read a report.
Some of those playoff games are fucking late too.
Dude, I read a report like a month ago that says they'll loosen up with the playoffs. Like, I don't think they're just going to get rid of the pitch clock altogether, but they'll pull the strings back a little bit and let some shit go, which I'm cool with, right?
If there's like it's like big moments, like big game, winning run on third, that kind of shit. Let the moment linger for a little while.
Yeah, I think that's the approach they'll take.
Is that it for baseball? We got any...
Yeah, Wet Brandon's injured. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It doesn't sound like he's going to be going that long.
He's 15-day DL?
Yeah.
He'll be back in no time.
It's the IL, Andrew.
IL? Fuck.
Wow,
we've been through this before, man. We're going to get canceled. You keep doing that.
We fucking bring on a guest and he does an ableism on the pod.
Wait, is that why they...
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
I would assume, it's like a PC thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's why baseball's attendance is up.
Not disabled,
They went woke.
They went woke and they did not go broke.
They did not go broke.
Yeah, Wet Brandon's out. I don't know. Rojas,
great in the field.
I messed with you and called him your boy. I still call him your boy, but he's a great defender. And offensively, he's fine. He doesn't hit for power, but
he gets those little blips and bloops. Good guy to have at the bottom of the lineup. I don't mind that. And plays as good of a center field as I've seen from anyone. And I don't know, like
Bryson's Victorino.
Yeah,
maybe even better. I don't know.
Victorino was always like, I feel like he was the guy who's like speed made up for maybe not taking the best routes to the balls, but like Rojas just seems like on the money.
That's a good point. Yeah,
he rocks so much. I love him.
He's just a bunch of I mean, that shit saves runs.
Yeah, I don't know if Lorenzo has a no hitter if Rojas isn't in center field.
He's also hitting like 330.
That's the thing, man. I didn't think he was going to be able to keep that up, but he has.
Yeah, he rolls. I love him.
So yeah, I think we'll be all right without Wet Brandon. Kristen Pache will be back. Between him and Rojas, they'll hold down center end. Our boy Wesley Willis in left. If he can hit a home run every game.
Walt Whitman, there's another WW.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one.
Yeah, Camden's own.
Yeah, Camden's own Walt Whitman. If he can keep it up, man, we'll be fine without Wet Brandon. We miss Wet Brandon. It was funny. We caught that on the broadcast. They caught that on the broadcast, too. Lorenzen walks up to Wet Brandon. He's like, "You're a fucking dog!"
Yeah. Wet guy to wet guy.
Yeah, they are, but they're both wet guys.
Yeah. But, shout out Wet Brandon, man. Get well. We'll see you soon. I think that's it for the Phils.
Yeah, so I guess we can move on to the Birds. Getting closer to the season. First preseason games on Saturday.
Yeah, are we going out to watch that game?
I mean, I guess the question is, do we even think any of the starters are going to play?
I don't care. I'll go out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is football. I mean, I'm a guy who watches like every Thursday night football game during the season, so I guess I should watch. Yeah, I guess I should watch the Eagles preseason.
Yeah,
I'm a sicko.
Yeah, I'm every year like. Right after July 4th is when I start itching for football.
Yeah.
So, and the last 2 years, like the Phillies have been actually good. So that's like staved it off a little, but I'm definitely ready for football.
Yeah, as the weather started to turn, like I've noticed it's starting to get darker earlier. Mornings are a little cooler. Like you wake up at 6, 7 o'clock and go outside, it's brisk out sometimes. Like, yeah, this is some tailgating weather right here, man.
Oh yeah. God, I can't wait to
I was
down
getting
to the lots,
excited today.
baby.
I was listening to one of my fantasy football podcasts, and I'm like, damn, dude, I'm excited to wake up at 10 a.m. and just have an excuse to start drinking.
That's right.
But, yeah, I guess we'll have to watch the game on Saturday somewhere against the Ravens.
Yeah.
We just talked some shit on Baltimore.
Yeah. Our enemy number one, now that we're going to beat them in the World Series and in the preseason game.
Yeah.
But we hate them because Lamar got paid more money than Hurts.
Yeah.
So we're taking revenge in preseason game 1 that neither of them are going to play in.
Yeah. We get to see some. I get to see some. Who's that quarterback that the third string guy, the guy they drafted?
Who, Tanner McKee?
Tanner McKee. Yeah, I think we get to see.
Dude, apparently he's still looking solid, and we'll get to see Mariota, of course. But I think Tanner McKee's still looking pretty solid in training camp.
Yeah, and I guess who else might be playing?
Oh, we're going to get to see a bunch of guys.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, they have like a million running backs.
Yeah. I was out at the bar. Like, I'm the big thing that I'm thinking about this season is, oh my God, like the Eagles are so deep at running back. Like, doesn't matter. Like, they got next man up. And then, I'm out at the bar and they have like the Eagles TV thing on Comcast Sports, and they're counting down like the top storylines. And one of them literally says like, "Don't forget about Trey Sermon." I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot about Trey Sermon."
Yeah, I don't know if he's even gonna like make the team, but yeah, that is a guy. I mean, he had like a couple like when he was on the Niners, he had sort of a few games where he sort of flashed, some ability. But I mean, it's just there's so many guys. I assume that Swift will be sort of their number one.
From what I understand, it's he's really he's obviously good and he's performing pretty well in training camp, and he'll probably I would guess he would be the lead back, if not to start the season, at least at some point, because Penny unfortunately has injury history. So
I will say I am very excited to see Rashad Penny. I mean, I cross your fingers.
If he can stay healthy, he's awesome.
Yeah. When he's been healthy, he's been one of the best, like production wise, one of the best backs in the league.
Yeah,
and we got him for like nothing, and between him and Swift, like I feel like you got like two like real solid like number one running backs there. Yeah, just like hopefully they stay. I mean, both of those guys have had injury issues, but especially Penny.
Dude, I think they like Kenny Gainwell. I mean, we seen it in the playoffs last year.
Gainwell can
I've always been a Gainwell fan.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that excites me most about Swift, and because the thing that frustrated me the most about Sanders when he was here was that he just gives you nothing in the passing game, and Swift gives you a lot in the passing game.
Oh yeah.
So that just opens up so much for so many options. We got like someone that Hurts can check down to.
I will say this.
Do some design plays for it, yeah.
Hurts isn't a check down quarterback, man. He sees a guy sitting there for a check down.
Yeah, he is the check down.
He looks up and sees 10 yards. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to run for 10 yards. But
that's true.
Like I was saying on the pod last week, is I think defenses start to key in on that. Like if they don't spy him, they'll have someone like close to the line to gain just kind of there. You know what I mean? So maybe they'll benefit Hurts to check down a little bit more, in which case, yeah, Swift's right there. But I don't know. I don't think that Hurts is the guy that's checking down too much. With that said, like I was saying before, I think Kenny Gainwell, man, he just runs straight forward. And for a little dude, he breaks tackles. He runs hard. Like, he makes guys miss pretty well. I think they're really high on him. I think Swift will be the lead running back. But I would be surprised if we don't see Kenny Gainwell get a lot of carries just because Penny's just going to get hurt real soon.
Yeah. I hope not, but history would beg to differ.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. We'll see how long he can make. I had him in fantasy last year. He was good for like 2 weeks or something. But hopefully, this year he makes it. It's, a little longer than that. But yeah, he's a nice player. They wouldn't have picked him up, I think, otherwise if they were that low on him. But running backs are deep. I think our wide receivers are going to be good this year too.
Dude, for sure.
Yeah, we basically got 2 number ones, man.
Yeah,
as far as
two
I'm concerned.
number ones, and then I've always liked Quez, and then I'm maybe a little biased because he and I went to the same high school, but I think Zacchaeus.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I think Zacchaeus with now that he's got a good quarterback and Hurts, I think he could be a really really decent number 4 option.
Yeah, I mean he was pretty. His numbers were pretty impressive with the Hawks who did not
the Falcons
or the Atlanta. Yeah, wrong sport.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Atlanta doesn't matter.
They're both Atlanta teams.
Yeah,
they're both birds. Easy mistake.
Yeah, he put up a pretty decent number with the Braves, despite being a football player.
Oh, the Atlanta Thrashers.
The Thrashers, yeah, the Thrashers. Now the Winnipeg Jets. Very different place.
Yeah, and who was his quarterback in Atlanta? Did he had like what?
Mariota.
And
our boy.
Did he get some of Twilight Matt Ryan down there too?
I think so, and also Desmond Ridder. So yeah. He's
So,
never had a great.
He's never had someone like Hurts. So I think that he's poised for a breakout year.
Yeah, I think receiver is one of the positions I'm not worried about at all.
No.
Yeah.
As long as the top 2-3 guys stay healthy, we're good, man. We'll just keep it moving there. Tight end. I think Dallas Goedert's great. Jack Stoll, for whatever it's worth, he's a great blocking tight end.
Dan Arnold, he's not too bad either.
Dude, he had some good years with, I think, the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. So they're pretty good there. I mean, obviously, like, anyone, if Goddard goes down, that's a huge drop-off no matter where you look at it. But he's, like, arguably a top 3 tight end in the league. So, I mean, what are you going to do? But, they sign 2 linebackers. This is like something we've been talking about. How like the linebacker core is probably, as usual, is the Eagles' weakest group. But I don't know. What do you guys think of these guys they signed?
I like Miles Jack because his name sounds like a Joe Biden noise. Hey, good job for Miles Jack. You get there about 30, 40... 60 miles to the Delaware Water Gap. You get there. They already ate all the popcorn. But no. I think he's he's a good. Like I remember him. Like he played like running back at UCLA. I had to look. I'm like, is this the same guy? And like, yeah, it was. And then he was also like a
2nd round pick.
He was a 2nd round pick, and he was also a Pro Bowl linebacker. I think with Jacksonville. So I think, like, Nakobe Dean is expected to take that next step forward this year at linebacker. He's kind of filling in, that lead spot. So I think, obviously, like, linebacker is the biggest weakness on the defense. So what my hope and what I'm hoping the team was thinking is you kind of, like, bring in this veteran presence to help Dean kind of, like, take some of that pressure off and help him grow into that, new lead role.
Yeah, I think that's spot on, man. I think Miles Jack is going to end up playing a lot next to Nakobe Dean, probably teaching him some stuff in his year. And, he was highly touted, 2nd round pick. Certainly probably hasn't lived up to the hype the last couple of years, but at the same time, like, the skill's there. He can cover. He can play in the run game. He can blitz. Like, he can do pretty much everything you need a linebacker to do. The concern is that the splash plays haven't really been there. The forced fumbles, the interceptions, the sacks. At the very least, he's going to be a solid linebacker that tackles what he's supposed to tackle, cover what he's supposed to cover. Just makes the play he's supposed to make. Probably won't give you anything more. He may not give you anything more than that.
Yeah, I don't think the linebacker issue is solved like that, but it's probably a step in the right direction.
Yeah, have a little depth there. Some guys you can rotate in. Did you see that shit about how he was considering becoming an electrician?
I did. And that was the other thing, because I also...
Like, Philly guy.
Yeah.
I also... dog, dude, one of us.
Briefly considered entering into the building trades before getting my
job.
Dude,
man. I took a test and I bombed it. I was like, I can't do this. I'm too stupid.
Although I saw the reason, the reason he said was like, for me, it was like, politically, like that's you think that's like the center of power. For him, he was like, I just, if the zombie apocalypse comes, I just want to be able to know how to build stuff. He's like, I have enough money from playing football. I need to know a useful skill.
Yeah, that all those those dollars ain't gonna do you any good when it collapses.
Yeah.
Hey,
So that's cool.
He ain't wrong, yo.
Good to have a doomsday prepper on a team.
a zombie doomsday prepper.
Yeah.
He's taking it one step
He's like
further.
two different types of guys right there.
Yeah.
He's watching The Last of Us too much, I guess.
Yeah.
But, Zach Cunningham, too. The other linebacker that they signed. Not as high on him, personally.
Just
I don't know about y'all.
I don't know much about him, so I mean...
He's not a zombie apocalypse guy. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, he's not an electrician.
He kind of just seems like your stereotypical run-stopping linebacker, which, isn't a bad thing, but I wouldn't expect a whole hell of a lot out of him. Yeah. Same thing. He's going to make the tackles that should be made. Probably has the hands of a quadriplegic. Paraplegic. Probably can't really catch. Oh, it's like that's ableist.
Damn. I know I got to get one in.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
He probably can't catch. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But maybe he'll get some action on special teams.
Yeah. He'll get some action on like a 4-3 defense. He'll get to make some plays, but he's not going to be out there in nickel and dime packages. But whatever, man. He's a veteran. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Can teach the younger guys, can help them out, and make the play that he needs to make when he's in the game. But overall, I don't think that these signings paint a rosy picture for the signing of the offseason. Or not of the offseason, but linebacker signing Nicholas Morrow.
Oh, yeah, he might not even...
Yeah, he ain't making the team, man. Yeah. If they're bringing these guys in. He's looked pretty ass, is my understanding. Which... Yeah. Whatever.
What do you guys think of? They've been in training camp. They've been throwing Nolan Smith at off-ball linebacker a little bit. What do you think about that?
I'm pretty excited. He was the guy that we were all excited about drafting. So I'm hoping they throw him in there. They get him some usage and see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's obviously he's best at just being an edge rusher, but you already have Sweat and Reddick there. Yeah. How many snaps is he actually going to be able to get? It seems like they just want to get him on the field doing something. And if he can give you more than Morrow and these guys at linebacker, then why not?
Yeah, I think he's a baller, man. Like, I think I said this the night, or I might have said this before he drafted him, but I think certainly he can serve that role as an edge rusher, but also think that he can cover a little bit. I mean, he's, what is he, 6'2", 6'3", 240, runs like a 4.4 40.
Yeah.
He can cover tight ends. He can cover running backs. In addition, he can rush the passer. He's been great at that during the preseason, or training camp. We'll see if he can do it in the preseason. So, yeah, try it out. I mean, is his best position coverage linebacker? Hell no, you want him rushing the passer. Mm-hmm. But if he's adequate at it and you have the need to fill that position, go for it. He won't complain as long as he's on the field. And quite frankly, you need a playmaker like that on the field at any position. Now, I'm stoked, man. I was going to ask y'all, right? Who are you most looking forward to seeing play in this preseason game on Saturday? He's up there for me. I got another one, but I'll let y'all go.
No, him and Zacchaeus are going to be. We already talked about that.
Your boy.
But I think it'll be interesting to see what Nolan can do if he put him in coverage or whatever. We just talked about my answer.
Yeah,
true.
I would say I want to see Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
it's interesting. So, I mean, it seems like a lot of the people that have been reporting from training camp have been kind of like, yeah, he's been fine, but he hasn't really been like this world-beating guy that everyone's expecting him to be and this and that. But then there was this thing came out today or yesterday about how some of the offensive linemen are like having some sort of like game plan for him and stuff, which kind of suggests that like maybe there's.
I didn't see this.
Oh, really? It was. I forget who exactly they were asking, but they were saying like some of the like some of the O linemen in these like drills and stuff are like trying to like think up ways to, like game plan around Jalen Carter, which suggests that like maybe he's like doing some stuff that the untrained eye just doesn't like notice, which is interesting. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, one way or the other, I'm very excited about seeing him, seeing what he can do.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. I did not know that. I didn't know people were game planning around him already, but it makes sense. I mean, highly touted draft pick. He has the skill, he has the talent, has the potential. You kind of just want to do what you can to bring it out of him. I am excited to see him. The guy I'm excited to see, man, is Sidney Brown, dude.
Yeah.
The safety.
Yeah.
Like,
especially with that thin, I mean, Reed Blankenship's definitely a starter.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just
it's a big question mark
guys,
on the other side. Yeah. He could, very well win himself a starting job for all we know.
Yeah, they were super high on him coming out of college. My understanding is it's taken him some time to start really mixing in with the twos, but he started to and he's doing pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the preseason he mixes in with the ones. They realize, like, he is the safety that they need. I mean, the Eagles, I guess they had Malcolm Jenkins, but prior to Malcolm Jenkins have never really had that safety since B-Dog, you know what I mean? So maybe this young guy, homegrown guy, becomes the next B-Dog. That's probably wishful thinking. We said the same thing about
we're talking about, hey, he could be a starter, and now you're like, he's going to be the next Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, we said the same thing about Kayvon Wallace, but I don't know, man. They were super high on him. They called him a red star player, whatever the hell that means. And, no, I'm excited to see him. It seems like he's rocked up, can cover, can tackle, can do all the things you need a safety to do. And we haven't really had a really strong safety since Malcolm. We haven't had a good safety at all since Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Marcus Epps. But yeah, I'm excited for Sidney Brown, Nolan Smith, and also Jordan Davis. Excited to see if he gets in there at all.
Yeah, he's slimmed up a little bit. He's supposed to be,
301 pounds now.
Yeah. A little more athletic, maybe.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he does like over the course of this season too, because I think he has so much potential, and I'm so he's obviously like an athletic beast with like all the size. He could be like one of the all-time great Eagles when it's all said and done. So big Jordan Davis guy over here.
Nice. All right, do I have anything else on my sheet for the Eagles? Oh, it's somewhat Eagles related. Trevor, you alluded to this in the open. What the hell is up with Carson Wentz, man?
Oh, dude,
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, so for those who haven't seen this, there was a photo going around of Carson Wentz, I guess, doing some kind of workout, trying to show everyone that he's still got it. He's wearing an Eagles helmet, a Washington jersey, and Colts, pants or shorts or whatever. It was like, I'm just trying to get inside this man's brain and trying to figure out, like, what the, I don't know. What do you got? Like, what
dude,
the fuck is going on
He's
here?
just like your classic late 20s guy who's just spamming his resume to everyone he meets.
Pretty much.
Here are my prior employers. I've accomplished this much. All he should have been holding his diploma from North Dakota State in one of the photos.
Yes.
My extracurriculars include hunting and volunteering at my church.
Yeah, instead of holding a football in that picture, he's just holding his diploma with all that other shit on.
But
I could throw this fucking thing.
It just functioned like when I first saw it, my first thought was like, oh yeah, these are all the teams that didn't want you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here's a nice.
Here's all the teams
reminder.
I stole millions of dollars from.
So it might work blasting your resume if you're like a CPA or something. I don't know if it works if you're trying to get a starting quarterback job.
Quarterback.
Yeah, that was just extremely funny.
Yeah, man. Like, my thought about it was that I can't believe we used to root for this loser. Like, that's what you were gonna do.
I thought this was the guy, man.
Yeah,
I was a big dude. Shamefully, I gotta like fucking bear this cross forever. But I was a big, like, when he was starting to get bad, I was still like a very big Wentz defender for a while.
Come on, guys.
Just being like, it's just the O-line. It's all the O-line's fault.
I mean, the O-line was ass.
It was
year,
bad, but
fair,
also it's just like you could tell. Like, I mean, even when you bounce from team to team, and it's like this guy just completely lost.
When we sacked him 9 times last year.
Man.
Well, he had that one season until he got hurt against the Rams. Like, he put the Eagles in the the number one seed that they ended up, winning the Super Bowl. So you always thought, you're like, that guy is still in there. And
I know that was pretty much my whole thing. I was like, we have seen this guy be an MVP caliber quarterback. Like, this is the same, it's the same human being,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I think
the Rams just took his soul.
And I think that
injuries caught up.
I think that injuries also just took away some of his mobility, and I don't know. We don't have to sit here and.
It was a Space Jam type situation where they took his talent, but the Looney Tunes were busy, so he was never able to get it back.
Yeah. But I don't know. We don't need to sit here and relitigate Carson Wentz. Just a funny outfit.
Is he the biggest? Ben Simmons aside, is he the biggest loser that we've ever cheered for as Philadelphia sports fans? Ooh. Probably, right? I was sitting there trying to think about that.
Oh, I mean, those are the two that come to mind immediately. There's probably a very long list.
Yeah, if you go back far
enough. Yeah. We don't need to do that on the pod.
Yeah, that's we need to do like some real planning for that. That's gonna be a whole episode.
Yeah, we could do a field of 64, biggest losers ever rooted for in Philadelphia sports history.
Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, Fultz
Jaleel Okafor. You can just do an entire one name and process era Sixers.
Yeah. MCW.
Noel.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
There's a few flyers we could throw on there too. I don't know if we really rooted for Andrew McDonald, but I guess he counts.
Yeah, I don't think that's the kind of guy that guy just sucked.
Yeah, he was ass. Jory Laterras,
yeah. Chris Vandevelde was a fan favorite, and
it's like he would fall into that then.
Donovan McNabb.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Freddie Mitchell belongs in. It's like, nah, we don't need to create the list right now.
It's getting late. That's a whole thing. But hey, I wanted to bring this up. Andrew, you know more about this than we do. But what is this whole thing with the new ESPN Sportsbook?
Oh yeah. So this just happened. The day before we're recording, where basically ESPN announced that they were partnering with a company called Penn Gaming to launch ESPN Bet, their own sportsbook. And I think it's the Barstool Sportsbook was originally owned by Penn, so they're more or less just going to rebrand that sportsbook as ESPN Bet. And I have some thoughts about what the ramifications of this are, but I think Barstool Sportsbook failed. It's just very difficult right now in the sportsbook marketplace, because FanDuel and DraftKings are the two giants. They have the biggest market share because the two of them more or less wrote the law that legalized sports betting.
Yeah, I remember DraftKings. I remember having a DraftKings account from years and years ago when it was just fantasy shit. Yeah.
So they were able to kind of prime the pump, being oh, it's just fantasy, and then once the Supreme Court overturned the old ruling that says online online gaming was illegal or whatever, that kind of opened the floodgates. So those two are the biggest names in the industry, and then all of the other ones are fractions of market share, but they're all Caesars, MGM, Bet Rivers. Those are all established casino
right
brands.
They're backed
so
by
it's
casinos.
Not unfamiliar. So Barstool was kind of this weird thing where they had their psycho cult following or whatever, but that's it. So they kind of faltered out. So I guess if there's anyone who can get their foot in the door, it's I don't know, the worldwide leader.
The worldwide leader in sports.
But I think this is probably going to have some ramifications that I'm sure a lot of people share this concern about how it's going to affect ESPN's programming. They paid a lot of money for this deal, and before ESPN was sprinkling in gambling advertisements that you probably didn't even notice. So an example would be when the Sixers fired Doc, they would say oh, and here are the odds from Caesars Sportsbook about who the next coach is going to be. And, they would have all the candidates with their odds or whatever. But then when you would like go into Caesars Sportsbook, you couldn't play on that. Well, the reason is because that was bullshit. Those odds weren't like real. It was literally just like a high level ad for like raising market awareness for Caesars Sportsbook. So ESPN was already doing this kind of thing where they were just like sprinkling in advertising for, for betting. So, there probably will be a lot of pressure on the producers and on our talent and maybe even on their reporters to kind of drive traffic to the sportsbook. Because like I said, FanDuel and DraftKings have so much of that market share. So it's so competitive to try and increase their user base. And I don't know if you guys have ever have you ever watched like the Sixers Betcast?
Oh God!
I watched that by mistake
I've watched it a couple times. It was the only thing I could get sometimes.
Yeah, I remember. Because one time I just accidentally clicked on that instead of the normal broadcast, and I thought that this was just like a special thing they were doing one night, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life."
So we're gonna be watching like
Doris Burke being like,
there, Doc Rivers, man.
Oh yeah, Doc Rivers is gonna be on there now too.
Hey,
we'll see. I don't know.
The Suns are plus 8.5 tonight. How about that?
What I think they'll probably do is
fucking Doc Rivers. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to do the voice in a while.
Yeah, no. If you want to keep going,
no, I hurts my throat. So go ahead.
So listen, Doris, I think the Suns are going to cover tonight.
I've lost everything. That's why I need this job.
And that's why I need the Suns to cover.
Since you're still paying his ass, though. He's good,
true.
yo. He Gucci.
Yeah. I think, you know how they have, like, the Peyton Manning broadcast, like, for Monday night? They'll probably do, like, an alternate, like, betting broadcast.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to suck. But I don't know. Hopefully, I still think ESPN's live game coverage is still pretty good. And I think SportsCenter, by and large, is still, like, a decent product.
Yeah. It's like the go-to thing to throw on in the background.
Yeah. It's not quite the same as it was back in its heyday before they got into, like, all the sports shouting shows. But, SportsCenter with SVP is still great.
Oh, he's the man.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I just am, I'm sure everyone is like, I'm saying this as someone who loves gambling, and I'm not going to make these dumb like bets that you're telling me to make on ESPN.
Oh yeah. It's always fun, like on TNT where it's like Charles same game parlay. And it's like, it's like, that's I don't think that's plus EV right there.
No. Stephen A's same game parlay is going to be on going to lead off every night.
Oh, the JJ Redick ones already get them on DraftKings. I guess they'll just be on ESPN now.
Yeah, if you're making your bets like 30 minutes before the game starts and you're betting what Stephen A's same game parlay or JJ Redick is, like, good luck to you. You're not going to win very many of those.
Now I would never bet my child's fingers on a game, but oh man. Fucking, did you hear about that guy who got wasted by the FBI for there was a guy who was on Facebook threatening Joe Biden.
Because Biden was going to he was in Utah, right?
And the FBI took care of it.
So the guy was in Utah.
The guy was in Utah.
And Biden was going to be in Utah, right? So he
was
saying he was about to go down there. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
Yeah, this was pretty wild. Like, I was trying to find this guy's Facebook earlier, but I think they took it down.
I'm sure they did.
But there was like some really funny Facebook shit on there. I'm gonna see if I can find the.
Yeah, I read a couple of the messages earlier.
I saw one where he was like, "Hey FBI, are you still monitoring my social media?"
This is the best one.
I'm gonna shoot you.
And he's like one of these like boomer Facebook guys who just posts like where they have like the background
where it's like smiley faces.
Yeah, this one is like all just the crying laughing emoji background thing, and it says, "Hey FBI, you still monitoring my social media? checking so I can be sure to have a loaded gun handy in case you drop by again. And then some of the other ones are says perhaps Utah will become famous this week as the place a sniper took out Joe Biden, the Marxist. In my dream, I see Joe Biden's body in a dark corner of a D.C. parking garage with his head severed and lying in a huge puddle of blood. Hurrah!
Yeah, so if you're trying to kill the president, maybe go a little more subtle on your Facebook message.
Yeah, maybe use some code words.
Yeah.
Yo. So what do you think?
Craig Robinson.
If social media is
Craig
around...
Robinson.
Craig Robertson.
The guy from The Office. He tried to kill Joe Biden and was taken out by the FBI.
Yeah, he wrote one of his
Pizza
little songs.
Hut dropped him as a sponsor. He will not be appearing in their commercials anymore.
Yeah.
You think Lee Harvey Oswald would have been caught doing that shit, or John Wilkes Booth?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, maybe John Wilkes Booth, but Lee Harvey Oswald certainly wouldn't have. Because
you don't know John Wilkes Booth.
He would have, but only because the CIA was telling him to post these things on Facebook. You know, it was all part of the thing.
True.
But this is, I mean, these type of dudes are just so funny to me. Like, just all these pictures of this guy, like, like amped up in tactical gear. He's got all these guns and shit. Like, that's like a picture of him with his riot gear. But, I don't know, man. Like,
how old is this guy? He looks young.
No, he's like a boomer. He's like,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
all the tactical gear.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's definitely like middle age or something. But like, dude, it's just very funny to me, these guys that just lose their minds about Joe Biden. Like, I mean, politics aside, like just the thought of Joe Biden brings out nothing in me but just complete indifference.
Right?
He's just literally just a guy. I can understand like people like the people that went insane because of Obama because like they're obviously just like, closet racist or whatever. Or like, and then on the other side, when Trump got elected, it's like, obviously that was going to drive a bunch of people crazy because he's like not a guy who's supposed to be the president or whatever. But like Joe Biden, he's just like a guy. He's just like a normal politician guy.
He's a like career bureaucrat who like stumbled ass backwards into the president of the United States job.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
so funny.
He's old and senile. Like, why do you feel threatened by this guy?
Yeah, I mean, like this guy people always use that phrase, hill to die on. But like, this guy literally chose Joe Biden as his hill to die on. His hill to be shot by the FBI on.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad hill.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny. But there is like, so this is like the reason I was trying to find his Facebook, because I saw someone had posted, they were just like scrolling through his post. This was like after this story came out, I guess before Facebook shut his page down or whatever. And it was just him like making jokes about like, oh, Joe Biden on the TV, he looks terrible. I can't believe he's still alive. And people commenting like, well, he outlived you.
Damn, found Joe Biden's burner.
Bam. Fucking FBI, baby. I mean, I'm not one to be pro FBI, but this is just... Sometimes you gotta hand it to him. It's a pretty funny story.
Hey, FBI, if you're listening, we commend you. Salute.
Yeah. That great three-word agency, that three-letter agency that's never done anything wrong. Definitely didn't murder Martin Luther King and Fred Hampton. But,
all those black teenagers that you entrapped in terrorist plots, they were probably going to do something later anyway.
Yeah, we support y'all, I guess.
Yeah. Broken clocks, right? There was that. There was also some funny.
Shit. Yes.
Is this the? Hold on a second. This is the Chris Christie thing. Hold on a second.
Who's good? No, Christie's he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice.
He's so
Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. He can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right? So, the latest...
I really wish that had kept going because he started saying the ladies. So
Yeah,
I was
where
like,
do you think he went
what is he
after
gonna
that?
say?
Yeah.
I'm curious where he went after that. We can probably find the video, but
Yeah, let's just. Yeah, we got time here. Let's just listen to the entire Trump rally at like somewhere in Texas or whatever. Yeah, it was very funny. Dude, it's funny how like Chris Christie is again trying to be, the anti-Trump guy when he ran against him the first time and then just became a complete total
Just
like
a
lapdog bitch.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, you can't come back from that.
Yeah, it's really like funny this time because like all of the entire Republican like voter base, like the people who all these guys running for president want to vote for, like they're all like, Mr. Trump is being unfairly prosecuted for this crime. So they all have to be like, yes, I agree that this guy's being unfairly prosecuted and that they're after him because he made America too good. But here's why you should vote for me instead. Yeah. And they're all just putting themselves in position to get owned.
Yeah, I can't wait for the fucking debates. I know this isn't what's going to happen, but like the dream scenario would be if Trump does get put in prison for the several felonies that he's been indicted for, and then they just have to do the debates, but he's like, he's still like entitled to participate in the debates because he's had the X number of donors and all that stuff.
Oh shit!
And so he gets to like kind of zoom in from prison.
He's just behind the glass with the phone.
Yeah, they bring the little TV on the podium like Space Ghost Coast to Coast style, and he's just in his fucking orange jumpsuit, just fucking calling Chris Christie a fat pig.
Chris, you're a fat pig.
Yeah, calling like Mike Pence a virgin and shit or whatever.
Meatball Ron, you have no sauce. You have zero sauce.
Oh yeah, Ron DeSantis. He's so weird. There's another every video that comes out of him. It's just like, this is the weirdest man that's ever lived.
He's a fucking character.
He just has a like the demeanor of like an alien that's trying to assimilate to human emotions or something, and he's just like cycling through them. Like there's this video recently where he's just like listening to someone, he kind of like wipes his face and then he gives this like exaggerated kind of laugh, and then he immediately goes back to just being like kind of stone face, and it's like he can't decide like what he's supposed to look like. Yeah, I guess torturing innocents at Guantanamo Bay will do that to you. Yeah, it's like he's a completely broken man and can't figure out how to put himself back together as a human, Yeah, I hope he fucking kills himself. Yeah. Not a big fan of that guy, I gotta say. I don't want to get too political on the pod, but the governor of Florida, can't say I'm a big fan. Yeah, the Carson Wentz of governors. Yeah.
That's a good comparison. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that one flash in the pan, but what were you gonna say? No, like which of all the like losers running for president is which like loser former Philly athlete?
Oh.
Trump is Ben Simmons. He's
the
drama queen.
He won ones before. Ben Simmons hasn't won shit. But I guess no Philly athletes have won shit, so that's kind of the point.
Yeah, fucking. No, you know who Trump is? Terrell Owens.
Yes. Yo, that's perfect.
It. Yeah,
spot on,
that's
dude. Spot on.
And then, and then McNabb is Chris Christie.
Yeah,
something
I
like
that.
Yeah. I don't know who else is running, so I don't know. Yeah, Mike Pence. I don't really think there's any. I mean, who was like a guy? Mike Pence would be like.
Yeah, that's tough.
He's just like too vanilla to be any athlete, really. He's Markelle Fultz.
Nah, he's kind of Carson. Well, no, Wentz has been, but Pence has been at the precipice too. He was
he's been almost there. He's vice
Carson Pence.
And it works. It rhymes.
Yeah, he's as close as you can get without getting there. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, he and they're both vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, you think
perfect.
about it, like he does,
kind
of does all the heavy lifting, gets all the way through. He's like a career politician, and so like this fucking guy just swoops in, and he's the president.
Yeah,
like
that's
Nick
perfect.
Foles swoops in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that might be the most accurate.
Yeah. Fucking. I don't even know who else is running. Who else is stupid enough to be running in the Republican primary this round?
There's some like tech guy, like
that Vivek guy, the Republican Andrew Wang.
Yes,
that guy. He's like,
Josh Harris.
Yeah, I guess if we're going beyond players, I was gonna say he's like Tobias, because Tobias is an NFT guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that one's a little tougher.
Yeah, he's a strange, sort of like weird, like technocratic Republican, which just doesn't work at all. Yeah, he's the guy that, like, well, he wants to bring back he was the guy who said like he wants to have like a civics test for voting, but only for like 18 to 24 year olds.
Yeah, he wants to
only for the group that like votes heavily Democrat.
He's ageist. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. That guy sucks too.
That's all I know.
Yeah, there's probably some
of these cretins will come crawling out of the woodworks, man.
Yeah. There's who's the guy who's like basically you can donate $1 to him and he sends you $20
that's
so
like
that he can
3
get
of
to
them.
the debate. What? So
I want to donate.
Yeah, well, no. So the way the debates work is like you have to have a certain number of unique donors to qualify to be in the debates. So this guy who's like a billionaire has this thing where it's like, you can just donate me any amount of money, and I will send you $20.
So I can donate
just so I have the
5
unique donation.
cents?
Yeah, like $1 or whatever, and get a free. There might be. I mean, I don't know what the minimum you can donate. It might be like $1, but
I know there was the guy who's the mayor of Miami. He was like, if you donate to my campaign, I'll put you in a raffle to win tickets to see Messi's debut at Inter Miami.
Oh fuck. That's great.
Oh man, that
guy's Lionel Messi,
dude. That's Florida as shit. Actually.
Yeah, right.
If there's ever a state that's going to happen, that is extreme Florida.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll just about do it for us. Andrew, you got anything you want to talk?
Anything you want to plug? Anything going on?
Anything going on you want people to know about?
Shit.
If not, it's all good.
No, I really don't have anything to plug at all.
That's good.
Go check out the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team.
If you haven't heard about this.
Haven't heard about these guys. They're fun.
You can find them on Phillies.com.
Find them on
Phillies.mlb.com.
Yeah.
Or
wherever you get your baseball.
And social media platforms. But I think that's just about to do it for us tonight. Michael Lorenzo, no-hit champion.
Woo!
Let's go. And yes, find us on social media. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. And send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace, y'all.